Hello and welcome everybody, it's Rose Smith here from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the lovely Leo November horoscope. Okay, so an interesting month this month. We have a lot of planets in Sagittarius helping to expand everybody's lives in some way. There might be a sense of excitement or adventure with that. We also have a lunar eclipse in Taurus. And this is probably going to affect your reputation or perhaps your career/vocation zone in your chart. Career and vocation are not necessarily the same thing, you know, because vocation's more heart-centered than career. And lots of people are in careers that they're not happy with and it doesn't fulfill them. And so it's important, you know, we're spending so much time working these days especially. It's important that you do something that really makes your heart sing. So I'll talk about that, okay? And just to briefly describe what I do, I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you, and then we'll have a look at your horoscope in depth. If you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Thank you very much. Now let's go to the board. Okay, so we're going to pick these, draw these 2 cards first and see what we come up with. First card can be for the first half of the month. I can see the microphone just touching the board there. That's probably not a good idea. Okay, don't want to interfere with the sound. Second card is the second half of the month. Now I'll close my eyes. First half of the month for lovely Leo, November. Okay, lots of writing. I'm seeing, you know, ballpoint pen and paper and somebody writing old-fashioned letters, which I know most people don't do that anymore, but it's just basically saying lots of communications, busy, active month, and getting organised with accounts and paperwork and stuff like that. Maybe you've got a lot of filing to do. I certainly do. Filing's not my forte. The card that comes up is the Knight of Wands. You know, I was just saying before about so much in Sagittarius, this energy for expansion, excitement, and adventure. So this is quite an adventurous type card. It's a masculine energy, but of course women all have masculine energy within. And this can indicate travel sometimes, but more often it's more about the chakras opening up and the energy flowing out and flowing in and things like that. Brings a lot of growth and activity. See this baseball bat here, lots of activity. And also it can be like a young man, maybe your son or somebody that you know, and it's about getting out into the world basically and doing more. Sometimes this indicates a change of residence as well. That might be on your mind. You'll notice he's here seated on a tortoise, as you do, basically saying, you know, don't rush into things. Because it's a night, sometimes there's a bit of impulsivity there, and this tendency to rush into things. So just, you know, think before you make important decisions basically, but quite a beneficial card. Okay, so I'll just put that there actually because that's the first one. And then we have the second half of the month. Let's see what I get. Oh, hitting the nail on the head, they're telling me. I'm seeing a nail being hit with a hammer. I think this is whatever I've just said. I think that applies to that, and it's accurate. Okay, but I want to know for the second half of the month. Okay, the same thing. Hitting a nail on the head. There's a green leaf on the top of it to the side, so don't actually hit the leaf. But that means growth and opportunity. And so, yeah, quite a positive month. I mean, there are a few difficulties, which I'll talk about in a moment. But those difficulties, those challenges that you experience, that's in order to make you to grow. Okay, so this card that comes up is the 10 of Cups. It's all about nurturance, nurturing others, and particularly children. These may be your own children or your own inner child. We all have an inner child within. You'll see the rocking horse here. Hearth and home becomes more important. looking after yourself. You may also entertain, have friends around and look after your friends. She's wearing a green skirt as well, which indicates growth. It's a happy card, and it's a very affectionate, loving card. So that's important, to look after yourself as well as you look after other people. All right, that's the cards. Now let's zoom on into this because there is a bit happening here. So the first thing I want to talk about is this red triangle. This is called a T-square between Uranus, Saturn and Venus here in the 4th house. This could indicate something interesting or unusual happening in your career zone / vocation. And sometimes it's about maybe you want to leave where you are and go and get a more exciting position, or maybe you want to work part-time, work 6 months of the year and coast the rest or something like that and do a bit of freelance. But there's some issues here with committed relationships. Saturn, the authority figure, can sometimes be like a partner, husband, wife, or, you know, somebody, maybe in business, if you're in business already, like a business partner, somebody who is putting some restrictions on what you want to do in your career. Uranus in Taurus sometimes involves money as well, but there's nothing particular going on here in your money house. But up here in your joint resources, we do have Neptune in Pisces and Jupiter in Pisces, and they're conjunct. So sometimes with Neptune, it's very spiritual sort of energy. Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces, very, very spiritual. But it's not good for dealing with money or making logical decisions about things like real estate, loans, inheritances, things like that, where you have to have a clear, sharp mind. This is more about, because it is so spiritual, it's not connected to, you know, earthly forces or earthly pursuits. So yeah, there could be some sort of issue with a partner, and also this is square and this is opposite, Uranus opposite Venus in your 4th house. So Venus in Scorpio brings very compelling, strong, deep feelings around your home, okay? So, you know, one interpretation could be that there's something about wanting to, your career, an issue with your career, your home and your partner, and they're all sort of fighting amongst each other. The truth is that what will probably happen is some sort of balancing act. So the pendulum is going to swing back and forward until you find the right balance. Uranus is retrograde here, so, you know, it may not be really shocking or anything. Like, at its worst, Uranus can be shocking and cataclysmic. It's probably not going to be like that. It's probably going to have some physical effect here in Taurus around your job. You might be working with your partner and your family, working with them, looking for a better position, one that you can go to, that maybe money is not the issue, and that will make your heart sing, or something, you know, like that. You know, you'll be much happier. It's important. Okay, now the other thing to realise, of course, is there is a full moon lunar eclipse here in your 10th house, which brings transformation. It really shakes things up and can be turbulent. So that's going to add extra energy, and that is actually on the 8th of the month. But a fortnight later, on the 23rd, Jupiter turns direct here because it's been retrograde. So you'll feel like you're getting somewhere, perhaps regarding your joint investments, your joint resources, your home, if you own your home with somebody else, or the bank perhaps. So there's some sort of movement, you know, going forward. Your ruler, the sun, is also going into Sagittarius Here in the 5th house, it brings a lot of creativity. You could do some sort of renovation around the home as well. You might be thinking about that. And maybe there's somebody in the family that doesn't like that idea or doesn't want you to spend money. But there is this great creative force with so many planets going into the 5th house. Your inner child needs to be able to play in some way. So you could change things around in your home. And you might feel more energetic and adventurous as a result of these creative forces. The lunar eclipse in Taurus is going to probably bring a long-lasting transformation, and it's likely to be quite a concrete physical transformation, and things become more solid in your mind, and then you can make the decision. The 9th sees Venus going into Sagittarius here. The 17th sees Mercury going into Sagittarius here. Your ruler, the Sun, into Sagittarius on the 22nd. And the 23rd is a new moon, bringing new beginnings around your creativity. Something new is likely to start, either a creative project or perhaps even a romance if you're interested in that. Your inner child might be looking for security, and it's time to make peace with yourself. You might have felt like split or divided in your mind about two things. Will I do this or will I do that? That'll come together later in the month. New physical beginnings here that will probably pay off down the track. So if you are thinking of renovations or redecorating, that's probably going to work for you. The 14th to the 21st sees Mars squaring Neptune. This is a time when you could be feeling a bit confused or unsure in your direction. Maybe you don't know what you want, or maybe you don't feel very strong or effective. Just go easy. Don't push yourself now. We have Pluto in your 6th house of health. So it's really not the time to be, pushing yourself too hard about anything. Go gently. You could scatter your energies, be across too many different things. Try not to do that as well. On the upside, you've probably got a really good fertile imagination now. Maybe you want to act out some sort of strange desire, which might be fine. But of course, don't do anything involving money. That's risky. If you're an artist or a musician or someone creative, you can probably make some new projects, and it's probably quite a fertile time for you. The 15th to the 22nd sees Mars trining the moon, and you're likely to feel quite passionate, be acting on instincts and emotion rather than logic. It'd be great to go out with friends and do something that involves you emotionally, like going to a rock concert or a football game, and you'll have a lot of fun. The 28th of November to the 3rd of December, Mars trines Saturn, giving you excellent concentration, particularly at work or anything that needs some painstaking, detailed attention. You're likely to be quite serious about your work. You can tackle disagreeable tasks or things that are normally frustrating. You can do them. It'll give you a great sense of confidence and self-esteem and accomplishment. You've got a lot of self-control and self-discipline now, but you'll probably get positive results from that. And the 26th to the 2nd of December, Mars sextiles your MC. You're likely to be working energetically with people. You'll have a clear objective in mind. You can advance in your profession. You can enlist the support of other people, and they look up to you as a leader in some way. Other people in authority respond favourably to your confidence, and they're likely to support you. It's like if there's some sort of issue, especially in your career, you can attack it or have some sort of brilliant flash about a way to solve a particular problem, which is good news. Okay, so that's it, lovely Leo. I do hope that's helpful for you. So there's a sense of moving forward, of accomplishment, also insight and awareness, like because of the sun here around your creativity, because your creativity can affect any number, all of the areas of your life, in fact. So any number of things can be affected by your creativity. So this is such a beneficial sort of energy with all of these planets moving in here into the 5th house. You know, don't waste it, do something, okay? And you'll have the energy and the inspiration to do something. Okay, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate that. Have a lovely month, everyone. And if you are new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell now. Okay, thanks again, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.